Namaste. I'm Mata Urmila Devi. As you see, I come from India and I'm born in a very traditional and spiritual family. I was also raised very traditionally and spiritually, and so that gave me the fortune of meeting very famous masters of India already in my childhood and in my youth. And then later in 1987, I met my personal master, Shri Shri Ravi Shankar, who is the founder of the International Art of Living Foundation in 150 countries, and also who is the founder of the International Human Value Association. And I'm working with him for humanity since 1987. I think my spiritual journey started with my childhood. But there was interruption in between when I came to the West, and I went into normal life, having a business, and having the business and having the success, having the family, everything. I realized that there was something missing, some very deep substance was still missing in the life. And so there my search began, because everything was changing, and I just realized that there was no permanent joy in the normal style of life. And so I started looking for a spiritual master. There my journey began. Then I met also many different streams in spirituality. I came to know almost all the known different lines which have come from India. I also studied some of the Western, like Rudolf Steiner, the Anthroposophy. And if I met some Christians, I also came to know that there is this Rosenkreutz people. There are those people, and I also was reading their version of Bhagavad Gita and the other things to have a taste in different line, and then select for me what was for me. So my journey had many steps and many stations, and then I finally came home when I met my personal master. His vision was, of course, to make this world free of stress and free of violence. So somebody who had taken responsibility for the whole world. His vision right from the beginning was not limited to a place or to India only or to Europe only, but he said, I will not rest until and unless I see smile on people's face in all the countries on this earth. And what I found very special with him, naturalness and childlike joy at the same time, which I have also seen in my childhood with other masters, but there was still a little difference. I found him extremely practical. I found him extremely with very deep wisdom, and at the same time very witty. So it was always fun to be with him. It was very nice to be with him, and as I had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with him and also travel a lot with him, it was, of course, for me it was very beneficial. I had so much time with him to put my queries in front of him and get the answers directly from the master. In the beginning, of course, I was just interested in in my own evolution. And that time he told to me, well, don't bother about yourself, but start bothering about the world. Start thinking about the world. And it took some time that then I suddenly felt I was responsible like him, and the whole world was my family. So I feel there is a shift in consciousness when we are on the path. We go through many different stages where we observe ourselves, and it's a part of the spiritual path that we always look into ourselves, introspection. And I was very keen and very strong in that, always observing myself, observing my reactions, observing my habits. And so the progress was there, visible. It was though little tough as I was spending most of the time in the West, because India gives that environment which makes it very easy for spiritual sadhana. So being here in the West, it was sometimes little tough, because the environment is not so supportive for this. People are mainly happy with their lifestyle. So that time it was also not so easy to find people all over who would do yoga and who would be interested in spirituality. Now it is the situation has changed in these 25-30 years. We are having different social services in India and in developing countries, but our main social service is creating a stress and violence free society. So one part is the educational part, where we are teaching people through our courses. We teach people techniques, yogic techniques, and also we teach them how to look at the situations from a different view, and how to handle their emotions and mind. This all we are teaching through all these techniques, including meditation, and we have very powerful techniques, Sudarshan Kriya, which we teach in the Kunst des Atams. This is our part 1 course, and thereafter we teach the Kunst des Schweigens, the art of meditation, the art of breathing, and the art of silence. All these different kind of courses we are teaching, where people can learn to handle their mind and emotions, their breath and their life as an art, instead of being a victim of their mind and their emotions and their habits, learning to become the master, getting the mastery over it. So this is our social service. And also, if there is any natural calamity, we are one of those first people, those who are at the spot, bringing relief, not only outer relief, like we are also doing the programs in slums in Africa and in India and also in South America. So we don't give this just food and clothes to the people. We give them also the self-dignity. We teach them the self-dignity. We teach them vocational training. We give them different trainings, and then we also look that they get some job so that they can also live their life in dignity. If a person has got a self-dignity, that person will not go out and stretch the hand out of laziness. That person will really respect own life and will do something for it. Well, we are having the festival, the World Culture Festival, and there people can experience, there you can experience all aspects of life in its beauty, with yoga, dance, music and food from all continents. will be present there. On 2nd and 3rd of July this year in Olympic Stadium in Berlin, we'll be celebrating this, and this is also simply available on our webpage, World Culture Festival or artofliving.org, or also on my webpage. The link will be there soon.